Scenario 7. Lost in Time and Space. Passing through the gate is unlike anything you've ever experienced. You feel your body twisting and distorting, churning through realities as the gate pulls you to its ultimate destination, a place beyond the scope of human imagination. Suddenly, all is quiet, and the chaos of the journey is replaced with a sense of solitude and dread. You are in an unfathomable place, vast beyond your ability to reason, and utterly alien besides. The landscape is surreal and strange, the architecture impossible. You are so far from home that home has become a threadbare dream you can barely recall. Even should you find a way out of this awful place, you may never be the same again. Hey everybody, it's Pax, here for the final scenario of the campaign play-along, Return to Dunwich Legacy, over on Mythos Busters Discord. Big thanks to Warren for putting this together, it's been a lot of fun. Skids and Gloria are just about to get ready to travel to the edge of the universe. I've got it mostly set up here, I believe. I'll just read these really quick, though. Gather those encounter sets, that's already done. Put another dimension into play. Each investigator begins there. Set the following cards aside: the Edge of Time, Tear Through Time, and Yog-Sothoth, and shuffle the remainder. But in addition to that, we've got the instructions here, which replaces a couple of sets. We set Seth Bishop, the Thrall of Yog-Sothoth, aside out of play. And we... if the ritual is completed, we use a different act, but I'm using the original act because the ritual was not completed. We stop the ritual. And you replace Agenda 3A with Breaking Through with the new agenda, Breaking Through version 2. And let me just... yeah, that's there. Last but not least, put the single-sided Realms Beyond location into play. Spawn Yog-Sothoth there. So he is a 414? Nope, 416. Yeah, a 416. Can't be evaded, cannot make attacks of opportunity. When he attacks you, instead of taking up to X or horror, you may then discard the top X cards from your deck. Then, if you have no cards in your deck, you're driven insane. And the Realms Beyond location, you said face up? Yeah, it is face up, isn't it? Yeah. Well, if it wasn't face up, it would be face down as a card, an encounter card back, so that wouldn't make sense. All in one. Yog-Sothoth is immune to player cards' effects, cannot take damage, and cannot leave Realms Beyond. As an additional cost for you to leave Realms Beyond, test 3 willpower or 3 agility. If you fail, cancel the effects of the move. Forced when a forced effect would move an investigator or enemy to another dimension, move them here instead. It cannot be cancelled. So there's another dimension. We're actually just going to move this up here because right now there is a one-way directionality this way. I'm going to try to be extra careful on directionality because I get really tripped up when the map isn't constant. And I know that this one's bad for that. So I've drawn my opening hands, but I haven't done my mulligans yet. So this was my opening hand for Skids, so I just did that. Okay, that's what he got, and this is what she got. So I'm pretty happy. Whoops. I'm pretty happy with hers. It's a Shriveling and an Arcane Studies, a shortcut, Word of Protection, and a Glimpse of the Unthinkable. I think I'm going to get rid of these two, and I think I'm going to get rid of this one. And I think I just want to get maybe some money or some of my allies. Good enough for me. Happy with that. Over here, I'll just shuffle those in now before I forget. Over here, I'd really like him to get his Beretta out, but she got her Shriveling, so it's a little bit less important. That said, I don't think the Daring Maneuver is useful until we have our LCC and our Beretta. The Manual Dexterity is pretty good. Armitage is pretty good, but he's kind of not the ally that we necessarily want all the time. I think ultimately, I think I can kind of chuck all of this. I think it's fine to chuck all of this. Maybe I'll keep the Manual Dexterity in case I need to do an evade early, if we spawn an enemy early on. Yeah, see there, that's fine. That's fine. I'm happy with that. I will go over the deck upgrades, which I meant to do first, but I kind of just forgot about. Let me pull the screen over. Gloria dropped 2 Dark Prophecies for 2 Hypnotic Gazes, hoping to cancel the attacks from Yog-Sothoth if required. I know dropping the Dark Prophecy to take a Hypnotic Gaze is kind of funny, but, you know, you have to get what you work with what you can get. Over here on Skids, I have upgraded 2 Look What I Found number 2s to try and help him do some more cluing. And I've swapped a Sneak Bind and Nimble out for an I'm Outta Here and a Lone Wolf. I do have 1 XP hanging, but honestly, I couldn't figure out a way to get the Look What I Founds, spend the XP. I was like, what do I do? Do I buy a Liquid Courage just for shits and giggles? No, I'm not going to do that. So this is the deck, and yeah, I've got an XP floating on the final scenario. I'm pretty happy with these decks. I think they've done pretty good, so let's get right into it. Alright. Another dimension, as forced, when a location leaves play, move each investigator and unengaged enemy at that location to another dimension. That cannot be cancelled. Well, we move them here now. Yep. All is one. Pathways of sound and color extend for an eternity in all directions, dotted with impossible architecture and overgrown with alien wildlife. The lines between objects are jagged and shifting, and your skin feels as if it were inside out. Forced, after you're moved to a location by an encounter card effect, take 1 horror. Act 1A, Out of This World. Somehow, you must find your way across this alien landscape in order to find the nexus that was described in old Whately's tome. Action, discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, choose a location discarded by this effect, and resolve its revelation ability. So we're going to be fishing for locations out of the encounter deck. One final thing, I guess I'll just take a quick read of this to make sure I'm not missing the rules on it. This scenario includes several single-sided locations that are shuffled in the encounter deck along with the rest of the gathered encounter sets. These locations only have a revealed side and have a revelation effect that puts them into play when drawn. When put into play, a single-sided location is put into play with its revealed side face up because it has no unrevealed side. Otherwise, it functions as a normal location in every other way. So we don't automatically get shunted over to it, but likely the connections kind of allow us to, is kind of the hope. So this is connected to red, green, and blue, and this is just connected there. So let's get going. I think what we're going to do right off the bat is... and also, I guess I should go over these, maybe? The skull is -1 for each extra dimensional location of play, which is currently 0, and I've copied and pasted one of these over here for my own use because some of these are variable based on your location. The cultist is reveal another. If you fail after the skill test, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until location is discarded. Put that location into play and move there. The tablet is -3. If Yog-Sothoth is in play, it attacks you after the skill test. That's real nasty. And the Elder Thing is -X. X is the shroud value of your location. If you fail and your location is extra dimensional, discard it. So there's some pretty nasty stuff there. So let's start with Skids. He's going to play his Lucky Cigarette Case first action. Then he's going to gamble. He's just going to gamble. What should I do? Let's gamble 3 against 0 just to try and get a Lucky Cigarette proc off this. Pretty good odds of. I mean, that would suck if he instantly gets attacked by Yog-Sothoth, but I mean, I gotta leverage it somehow, right? -2. So I succeed by 1, so I just draw 1 card. Look what I found. That's useful. Second action, he's going to draw a card. Okay. And third action, he's going to draw 3 cards off the top of the encounter deck, choose a location discarded, discard the top 3 cards. Choose a location discarded by the effect and resolve its revelation ability. Oof. Did I shuffle this? 2 of those in a row makes me worried I didn't shuffle it. I'm not certain I shuffled that, just because that's a lot of cards in a row at the very top. So I'm just gonna do a quick shuffle. I don't think if I did shuffle it, I didn't shuffle it on camera. So let's just do that. I gotta be careful about this. Indecipherable Stairs. Put Indecipherable Stairs into play. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. So this goes like that. And I discard the top one. Oof. That's not good. 1, 2, 3 cards in my deck. Okay. That's him. All right. Over here, 1, 2, 3 for the Shriveling. 1, 2 for the Arcane Studies, maybe? No, let's just do 1 and get that Ritual Candle out. That'll help this be a bit safer. And these as well. And then I think we'll play 1, 2, 3 and a draw for the Emergency Cash. Ooh, Alyssa, that might help. Okay, so that's her. So we ready? Nothing in the enemy phase. Upkeep. Upkeep. That goes into play, but I'm not paying off my hospital debts. Why would I pay off hospital debts? 1 Doom. For here. A Baleful Welcome. Choose 2 of the following actions. Investigate, fight, evade, move, or play. For the remainder of the round, each investigator cannot perform each chosen action. So I'm going to put this right here, and I'm going to choose... let's choose evade. And do you have anything you need to play this turn? I'd like to play Alyssa. Let's go with investigate. We can go pretty fast, I think, once we have locations in play. So that's that. Over here we get, if there are no extra dimensional locations in play, Vast Expanse gains Surge. Well, I think this is extra dimensional, yeah. Otherwise, text X, where X is the number of extra dimensional locations in play, so these are both at -1 right now. And these are technically at -6, but I'm just going to keep them off to the side because they're like massive fails. For each point you fail by, take 1 horror. Okay, well, she can only fail by 1 point. She's up by 4, so we just tested. Well, she does get the -6. So she does take a horror, but not a big deal. Just 1 horror for now. Okay, so we'll keep going. Let's say that she's going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, Alyssa. She's going to immediately use Alyssa to look at the top 2. Nope. She's not going to use Alyssa right away. She's going to use this to discard the top 3 cards and choose a location and resolve its... Okay, so... I think... Whoops. Let's take another look at these. I get to put one of those 2 in play, and the Haunting Recollections goes into the discard. If I do this one, I lose 2 resources. That's not a big deal, I don't think. Because I kind of got out the stuff that I need. For now, at least. If I do this, I'm going to be drawing another card. So I think we're going to put the Endless Bridge into play, because that gets us more clues as well. And it is another blue location that connects to red and the squiggly. So this is another like this, I guess. So these both will go to a red if I get one. Okay, now she will use this ability to look at the top 2 cards, discarding 1. Well, look at the top 2 cards and decide what to do with them. So this will be going to Skids and this will be going to her, and I will leave them on top. And then she's going to do what? They can't stand here forever. Oh, she was supposed to lose 2 resources when that went into play. Do I go here and end up there? I think he can get past that evade. What's this? What's the shroud here? Oh, shroud 9. Jesus Christ, those are nasty there. But he has icons to get out of there. Yeah, I think he moves here, gets that clue if he can. Can he get that clue? Ooh, that's a dicey clue. He'd be even with it. I don't know, but he can. All right. Anyways, I'm going to keep them there. Last action, she's going to... I think she's going to shortcut into here and begin investigating there. So she's 5, 6, 7 against 4, 0. So she gets 1 clue. She draws a card, which is, of course, Chronophobia. She takes a direct horror at the end of her turn. And that's her. Skids, what are you going to do? How am I going to get you out of this pickle? I think that he's going to use his lucky cigarette test, right? Use his test 3 against 0, -1. So he looks at the top 2 cards of his deck and chooses 1. Well, I think he's taking that. Look what I found. Because now I can investigate it pretty handily. What he's going to do is he's going to look for another card off the top of the encounter deck. 1, 2. Oh, shoot. Hold on. No, these are the top of the encounter deck. Ooh, yeah. That's not going to work, is it? No, I want those to be there, so I guess he doesn't, right? Well, I did already reveal them. Yeah, I guess I just messed up. So I use that action to look at those, and then I actually am just discarding these. How'd you end up there? That's not where you're supposed to go. He'll try it again, I guess. Oh, did I already forget about these? She can't investigate this turn. Yeah, she couldn't investigate. She just moved in there then. Last action. She won't have 1 horror, and then she'll get that next turn. He did it again, so he gets another endless bridge and loses 2 resources. Whee! And maybe he'll move into it, and these are just discarded. Yeah, I think he just heads in there, because we kind of need to get the clues. And he's got icons in hand, so it's not a big deal if something bad happens. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So, I'm glad I remembered about that before it got too late to fix. Okay, so those are all bound up. We do an upkeep, an Earl, that's useful, and then she gets her Chronophobia. And then we ready. We get a Doom up here. What do we get? Ythian Starseeker. Spawn at another dimension. Okay. He's a 3/4/5 with Retaliate. After he attacks an investigator with more than 10 cards in his or her discard pile, place a Doom on him. And then over here we get the Servant of the Lurker, which is going to spawn directly on her. Okay, well, it's a good thing she's got this shriveling out. How much are we at? 5, 6, 7? The skulls are currently -3s, I guess. Well, for her, they're technically -2s, right? And what's her Elder thing? Her Elder thing is a -4, which is actually a -3. So she's actually got pretty good bag right here against this. If she's 7 against 4, so that, like, look at that. That's pretty significant. But I think I'm gonna go with carrying Skid's stuff out first. So I think he's going to investigate here. What's he gonna do? He's going to use his gambling test. Oh yeah, right. These are all -3, and those are -4s. Let's think. Let's think. I might actually gamble in this one. Yeah, I'm going to gamble in this one. So I'm going to spend 2 resources. So I'm 3 against 2, 5 against 2, 7 against 2. -3. 7 against 2 is a pass. -3 puts me to 4 against 2. So I succeed by 2. Look at the top 2 cards. I'll just throw a daring maneuver in my hand. And then I also draw a card for manual dexterity. What the fuck? And then I gain 1, 2, 3, 4 resources from the successful gambling. Okay. So, this is absurd. So let's get Earl into play for 3. Let's investigate here. I am 3. Let's go 5 against 4. -3. So that's 2 against 4. So I'll play my normal look what I found to discover the 2 clues there. And I think last action he'll play the emergency cash to get $3 back. Okay, so he's kind of is he stuck there right now? Is that how that works? Yeah, right now he doesn't have anywhere to go, right? He can only go to a red location or the squiggly, and we don't have any of those in play. So I guess he's actually stuck there. That's not good. Okay, whatever. So that's him. I guess it doesn't matter what she does, so we'll just use Alyssa to look at the top 2 cards. Okay. I guess those will just go into play. Oh, that'll be nice because then I'll be able to actually walk around a bit. I don't need 2 though, so let's actually just discard one of them. And then we can get something else from the deck. Wait, is 2 okay? What? Yeah, I don't know. 2. Well, no, because then I'll have 2. That'll surge into a 3rd card, and then I'll have another card, right? Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter, right? So I'll just do that. That's fine. And then she's going to try to wall up this servant a bunch of times. So 1, she is 7 against 4. -2 because the ritual candles, so that hits for 2, but we take a horror. 7 against 4, -3, which hits, and we take a horror. And then again, 7 against 4, -3, which kills him. Victory display. And then at the end of our turn, we take a horror, which is direct. I guess 2 of those should have gone on Alyssa. There's no sense in putting that directly on me. I don't have any healing, so that's that. We'll do upkeep into upkeep. Lone Wolf. Ready? He doesn't hunt, so that's fine. 1 Doom. Skids will draw a Tear Through Time, which will put this into play, which is now all of these are connected straight to this. Which surges into another copy of it. So they're also all connected to that, and those are both connected to each other. And then that surges into another encounter card. which is Visions of Futures Past. Testing 2 against 5. He kind of just has to test that, unfortunately. -3, so he has to discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards from his deck. That's not good. And then over here, she gets Vast Expanse. If there are no extra dimensional locations in play, gain Surge. Otherwise, test X, whereas the number of extra dimensional locations in play. For each point you fail by, take 1 horror. Well, that's not good because there's 5 extra dimensional locations in play, so she's testing 5 against 5. And these are at like -4 for her, right? So she might be committing this Arcane Studies, as much as that would suck. Yep. She's going to commit the Arcane Studies to be 2 up on this. 7 against 5. Oof. -2. Okay. Well, at least she passed. That goes away. So we're going to get some clues, and then we're going to get the hell out of here, I think is what we're going to do. Fortunately, these can get a Doom placed on them and not be too detrimental. Oh, you don't have to be at the other dimension to do this effect. Oh, I wasn't really considering that. Whoopsies. My bad. Okay. That's fine, though. So what we'll do is we'll have Skids go first. He's going to do another... These are all the way down at -5. What is he going to do? He's going to do another gamble. And he's going to be 3 against 0. -5. That passes, but nothing happens because I didn't fail by an amount, or didn't succeed by an amount. We're going to move into the Tear Through Time, and that's going to discard the Endless Bridge. And so I'm going to erase a couple of these connective locations. Oh my god, this is so hateful. This is like my nightmare. This is absolutely my nightmare. Yep. We're cleaning it up. We're almost there. We're almost there. There. Oh, no, 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 no. Yep. You all have to suffer through this. This is what you signed up for when you clicked the video. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Here we go. All right, we survived. So now we will investigate here 3 against 1, -2, which just succeeds, unfortunately. And then we will play a Lone Wolf. Okay. She is going to discard this Chronophobia because she does not want to be stuck eating that forever. And then she's going to investigate once with a Perception. That's, again, it's 7 against 4. And we lost one of those locations, so these are at -3s now. And these are at -4s now. And technically his Elder Things were at -1s that whole time. Hers are still at -3. Okay. So 7 against... Whoops, that's not the right one. Right there. +1. So she gets one of these clues. We get a card draw for her. The Necronomicon. That'll be nice. And then I don't remember what happens when you advance this, so I'm going to wait until the start of the next turn, I think. So at the end of the round, no, that's not quite yet. So we do upkeep and upkeep. And then at the end of the round, we either place a Doom on this or discard it. So I think we place a Doom on each of these, is what happens. Because I feel like, actually no, I think this one discarding is okay. Because placing the Doom, it doesn't matter, we're advancing, but I want to lower this as much as I can. And I'll just make everyone go absolutely crazy by wasting my time doing this. Okay. There we go. Now we're happy. Everything's good. Oh, this is two directional. See? I'm still learning. I'm still learning. This is too. Still learning. Okay. One doom goes on there. All the doom gets cleared. Ah! Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck, then shuffle discard cards from the top until the location is discarded. The lead investigator resolves that location's revelation effect. Whoops. Dimensional Doorway. Put Dimensional Doorway into play, then draw the topmost hex card in the encounter discard pile. Well, thank God. And this one is connected to there now, I believe. And vice versa? And vice versa. Hey, hey, hey. And this is connected to a hoop-de-loop. Check the campaign log. If the investigators failed to save the students, read the following. Well, I think we did. Yeah, we did. A huge canine creature, alien to your eyes and yet familiar, appears before you. The creature rushes forward, and you prepare to fend it off. But to your surprise, it runs through you, towards a building that wasn't behind you moments before. Derby Hall from the Miskatonic University. The creature bursts through the building's front door, and you hear screams of panic from inside, followed by the crunch of snapping bones and cries of pain. Each investigator takes one horror, regardless of their current location. I guess I'll put that on a roll. There's no point not. What does this say? At the end of your turn, if you are at Dimensional Doorway, you must either spend 2 resources or shuffle Dimensional Doorway into the encounter deck. And it has 2 clues on it. Okay, so that's the agenda card, and then we draw encounters, which are going to be... let's go with you first. A Tear Through Space, Surge, put this into play in Surge. A Vast Expanse, which is a lot. And you're about to die, aren't you? Yep. You're about to eat shit and die instantly, aren't you? Testing 2 against 5. Not good, not good. Well, let's go 3 against 5. Best I can hope for. Cultist, reveal another token. -5. If you fail, so I do take the 5 horror. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you fail, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a location is discarded. Put that location into play and move there. Prismatic Cascade. So this one goes here and here, I believe. And to the plus, which I haven't seen yet. And so he's forced to move there. And discard a card at random from your hand. After it's removed, after the last clue is removed, discard the Prismatic Cascade. Okay. So that was him. Over here, we get Collapsing Reality. If you're at a extra dimensional location, discard it and take 1 damage. Ooh, not good. So the Endless Bridge is gone, which shoves me into Yog-Sothoth's realm. And I took a damage. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Not a good spot to be, because I gotta deal with him too. And I've only got one way to fight him. Okay, so... Is this dangling off by itself, unable to be connected anywhere? No, the Indecipherable Stairs connects there. Right? God, I hate this scenario. This is so painful. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's that. Let's spend the clues to advance, because I don't remember what I do next. A light shimmers in the distance, and you head towards it to investigate. The wispy light drifts away from you, floating through the realm's strange gateways, ascending looping staircases and crossing through barriers you dared not cross earlier. With little chance of finding the nexus on your own, you follow the light, hoping it is guiding you to the right direction. Put the set-aside edge of the universe location into play. You must have 2 clues in order to move to the edge of the universe, and it is connected to the dimensional doorway and a plus sign, which this is also connected to. So that's connected this way, right? No, they're connected this way. Okay, so we can get there. It's just going to take some effort, and she's probably going to get killed in the meantime. Okay. If an investigator enters the edge of the universe, advance. You continue to follow the wisp of light through the treacherous landscape, though the treacherous landscape makes it a difficult quarry to chase. We still have to discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, choose a location, discard, and resolve that revelation ability. When that discard, was I supposed to have something bad happen when that discarded? No. Okay, it's not when it discarded that I take that something bad happens. So we need 2 clues to enter it. So he needs to get some clues again, which he can technically do with this. Look what I found. So how about we go with him first? He'll get a buck from Lone Wolf. How many extra dimensional locations are in play? There's 5 in play again. Christ. Oi, oi, oi. All right. Okay. Let's investigate here. 3 against 2. Oh no. Okay. So before this is an if you fail effect. So this happens during the failure state of this test. So I have a minus 5 total, actually. I need to update these, and this was a minus 2 right now for me. And you're at minus 4, and these are at minus, like, infinity. They are an auto fail for her. Okay, so I play, look what I found, to pick up 2 clues. I guess I'll pick up 1. I mean, there's no sense in picking them up anywhere else. He'll pick up the 2 clues. And then, because he failed, he has to discard cards in the top of the encounter deck and put a location into play and move there. Another tear through time. But put that location into play and move there. It's not a revelation effect, and it's not a surge either, I don't think. So I think he just gets shunted over, which is good, because now I'm 1 step closer to the dimensional doorway. Okay, fine. And we're at a 1 shroud location, so these are right here now. I think he's going to move again to the decipherable stairs. Oh man. No, before he moves, he's going to use his gambling ability to try to lucky cigarette case, so 3 against 0. Minus 2, so I do succeed by 1, so I can either draw a card or I can add 3 skill value and draw 2 cards. Let's do that. So let's play the daring maneuver to add 3 skill value, drawing a card. And then I've succeeded by 4, so I look at the top 4 cards of the deck and choose 1 to draw. Let's get War and Rice so we don't instantly lose. Okay. Let's play War and Rice so we don't instantly lose. And then let's move to the indecipherable stairs. From the tear through space. Okay. Yes. That's him. She needs to get the hell out of here, and I have no idea how I'm going to get her to do that aside from testing this a bunch of times, which is not Like, that's... It's not great. I don't think Glory is making it out after that. So let's use Alyssa to look at the top 2 cards of the deck. I think we're discarding him. I don't really want to deal with enemies right now. Yeah. Okay. So... how does she deal with him? Hope to Christ this Hypnotic Gaze can hit? It's not terrible odds, it's just not great odds. Because he would hit himself for 2 damage, right? He would hit himself for 2 damage, and then she could hit him once with the Shriveling. But so she needs to move out of here. She's going to play a shortcut to try to move here. As an additional cost to move, you have to test 3 willpower. God, that is not great. She could take a draw first. Could she do a draw first and see if she gets something to help her out? Or does she just do as many moves as she can to try and play the odds on this? Because it is like, what, half the bag? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Yeah. And the Yog-Sothoth isn't played, attacks you after the skill test. I mean... whatever. Yeah, so she's going to try to move with the shortcut. She's going to be 2 up. Alright, sweet. So she does get to move. And now he's on her. Oh, I should have done a normal move and then shortcutted to him. That's what I should have done. Yeah, that wasn't very smart of me, was it? I guess she does a shriveling test and that's her turn, right? How about... yeah, I didn't do that right. How about I did... ugh. Oh, man, it's so painful. That's so painful. Alright. A shriveling onto the Starseeker. -3, which does 2 damage to him. Oh, and then she forfeits 2 actions. Yeah, I should have done some draws or something. And then he swings at her for 2 damage. She's going to play Hypnotic Gaze to cancel it. And an Elder Sign. Not what you need. Yep. Okay, so upkeep. Upkeep. I think that she's fucked. Because these are all one-way trips. At the end of the round, we are going to be discarding these. That was close. I almost deleted those. So those have no connections, right? I think the connections are like this now. Yeah. So we flip. We already did our upkeeps. She should have an extra horror on her from being moved, and he should have an extra horror on him as well from being moved, which I think killed Earl earlier. Forgot about that. And she is totally out of ways to deal with him, and I think she just dies, which is really unfortunate. So let's do this on him, which I guess is going to be what? Fight. Yeah, I don't even know. What does that get to be? He can't really evade that offer. Like, what are the chances of that? That's shit chances. That is really bad chances. Yeah, I think he's got to go sprint to the exit. And sorry, Gloria, but I think you're getting left behind in the ether. Yeah, not getting his Beretta was a big deal. Getting both of those milled was really bad. I think it's going to be... and I'm going to leave this here because last time I forgot about it. I'm going to forget about it again if I don't remember. If I don't leave it. I think think it's going to be evade and play? Yeah, I think it's going to be evade and play. Let's pencil that in. Evade and play. What do you got? Tear through space. Let's shit it out into play. And then you get a surge, which is a Visions of Futures Past. Okay, so she's testing 5 against 5. 0, okay. Well, okay, so if I can't do an evade or a play, I guess I'll go with skids first. I think he's just going to do a double move, but I want to do this first, I think. So what are we at? We're at 4 extra dimensional locations, and he's at a 3 shroud location. This is a 2 shroud location, so he wants to move once. Those go to 2. What's she at? She's at 6, so these are nasty. These are at -3 right now for her. Her odds of punching this guy are like 0, right? Yeah, she has like 2 tokens that punch him. He doesn't retaliate, so she could just kill herself on him. As sad as that would be. When he leaves here, he has to take 2 horror or discard it, and I think unfortunately he has to discard it, making it so that she can't catch up. But he can't afford to take 2 horror. That would be way too much. So that's all gone now. And then he's going to do a gamble here. He's not going to spend any money. Oh, did he forget to do a lone wolf? Yeah, he did. He's not going to spend any money, and he's going to commit the quick thinking to be 4 against 0. Because I've got a lot of -2s in the bag right now. -3, and then he is immediately attacked by Yog-Sothoth for when he attacks you, instead of taking up to X horror, you may discard the top X cards from your deck. Then, if you have no cards in your deck, you're driven insane. So he's going to discard. He's going to take 1 horror from that attack and 1 damage from that attack, and he's going to discard 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. No evade, no play. It was a -3, so we succeed by 1, drawing a card. Oh, I guess technically... Oh, hold on. No. No, that's not the right order, right? It would have been... It would have been drawing this and then discarding 4. So I needed to do that in a different order. So I guess he would have taken an extra horror. Yeah, I would have taken only 3 from that. Yeah, okay. Okay. And then I drew that first, then I discarded 3 and took 2. Okay, yes. We're going to... That got wasted, though. I think we're just going to move right into here. Spend the 2 clues to do it. Is there a thing for when you leave here? At the end of your turn if you're at here? No, okay. So move here. If an investigator enters the edge of the universe, advance. You reach an impossibly dense, pitch-black void and realize that this place is where all of reality, all that is and all that ever will be, ends. In its center, you see a minuscule rift suspended just out of reach. When you peer through the tear, you are surprised to see the peak of Sentinel Hill. Somehow you've reached the other side of the rift. Now you must find a way to close it for good. And this does not have enough clues, so I fucked up. Oh, is it that you need to spend the clues, or you must have 2 clues? Oh, I wasn't supposed to spend those. Okay. Gotcha. Alright. I guess last action, I'm just jamming a bunch of tests against here, because otherwise I'm not going to win in time. So, 2 up. Can't fail. Over here, she's going to look at these top two cards. I think she's going to discard him. Yep, and we'll leave the Unstable Vortex out. Okay. And then she just kind of has to die, I think, as sad as that is. Maybe she moves him somewhere less painful first? Yeah, so she'll move here, taking 2 damage and 1 horror from his attack. And then she will just punch at him a bunch of times, I guess, right? 2 against 3. He hits her for 2 and 1, and she's dead. Well, 2 and 1, killing Alyssa, and then she punches at him again, and she's dead. So, goodbye, goodbye, Gloria. But you move the Athenian Starseeker here, which is useful, I think, in case we get kicked out. I don't quite remember what happens at this point, but we'll clean her up. And we'll just delete these tokens, so I stop worrying about all this shit. What are we at for extra dimensional? We're at -3. We're going to be at -4 in a minute. So that's the end of the turn. Those get burned up because we're no longer worried about what of that we have. That should have been discarded earlier, but it's no problem. We're going to upkeep, which is going to kill off Warren Rice. And we need to not instantly die to horror. 1 doom. And we put the Unstable Vortex into play, which is connected to... Oh, I guess this gets discarded at the end of the round as well, because I don't want that to be doom. This is like just like that, I think. That's the only connection for that one. Yeah. Okay. So he gets a lone wolf dollar. I think he kind of just has to sit here investigating, as sad as that is. So let's we're still at 3 for that. We'll try the gamble. 3 against 0. Hey, there we go. +1. So we succeed by 4. And the effect oh no, we can't get him back. Oh, it's such a bummer. That is such a bummer. Yeah, okay. Well, we look at the top 4 cards, though. Let's take a look what I found. I think we're just going to investigate here 3 times. So investigate. We are 4 against 2. -2, which is successful. Investigate again. -3. We'll play the look what I found to grab 2 clues. And then 1 more investigation. Oh, we're 3 against... Oh, that first one failed. I forgot that Warren died. We're only 1 up. This is actually really bad odds. Uh-oh. Okay. -3. If he's in play, he attacks me, so he's going to deal 1 damage to me. After his skill test. Okay. I failed, so I have to do this effect first. Endless Bridge, which puts me here, and I lose 2 resources. But I do have connections like this now. Right? Yeah. And then afterwards, he attacks me for 1, and then I discard 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then we do upkeep. Okay. One more Doom. Do these have any end of round? At the end of your turn, if you're here, no. At the end of your turn, if you're here, no. When you leave, either place a Doom or discard it. Okay. And just to be clear, this is connected like that as well. And I take a horror. Oh, that killed me. Yeah, okay. All right, well, that's the end of our journey. Skids and Gloria couldn't make it. Where did you come from? Why are you here? Are you dreaming? Or is this place real? Now that you think about it, haven't you been here before? Or perhaps you've been here all along. Now you remember. This is your real home. The path you now walk is but one ledge, with many more below. You only have to fall, and you will be where you belong. One more step. Each defeated investigator is killed. No other resolution was reached. We were not at Act 4. If no other resolution was reached and we were defeated, we were Act 1, 2, or 3. When the scenario ended, go to Resolution 4. So we were at Act 3. So we go to Resolution 4. The sorcerers from Dunwich, seeking arcane power from beyond this realm, have accomplished what Wilbur and Old Whately could not. Through blood sacrifice and indescribable experiments, the dark power the sorcerers sought is now within their reach. However, they will never get the chance to truly wield this power. In beseeching Wilbur's father for knowledge, they have drawn the creature forth from its extra-dimensional realm. Yog-Sothoth emerges from the open rift above Sentinel Hill, blotting out the sky and enveloping the world. Now it has come to Earth, and it rules where humanity once tread. In your campaign log, record that Yog-Sothoth tore apart the barriers between worlds and became one with all reality. Each surviving investigator is driven insane. Well, we're already killed, and we lose the campaign. Yeah, so that's about what I was expecting. It's been a long time since I've played this scenario, and I kind of forgot how bad putting a lot of the locations out makes the bag. And I really couldn't handle all of these being so nasty. I forgot how bad these tokens get when I was doing this campaign. But it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the challenge. It's a shame we couldn't get those couple of clues left on that, and at least get the Earth is saved, but sorry guys. But that's all right. I'm okay with that. It's the final scenario, and that's just kind of how they go sometimes. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next campaign play along.